It's the BeeHive, where we be live with the real Mike B and Cap the Wise Guy. It's the BeeHive, where we be live with the real Mike B and Cap the Wise Guy.
Who coming through? We just chopping it up. Where we say what we want, we do not give a fuck. We keep it buzzing, no need to stress. Start the show.
Hello, hello.
Hello, are we
Hey,
there?
we have liftoff.
What's up with you, man?
We're experiencing technical difficulties. What up, what up, what up?
Hey, man, what's up? How was your week?
Oh, it's been B-E-A pitiful. I mean, beautiful, I think.
Oh, I was gonna say, why was it pitiful?
Oh, you know, just life. But regular shit. I see you got the official RIOYC rubbed on your chest.
Oh, yeah. It's right on the
Liking
chest.
it, feeling
And
it, feeling the hoodie.
hat.
Well, I know you always got the hat. That just comes normal for you, sir.
Turn your mic on. Yeah, the mic's on. The mic's on now. It's on.
Is this thing on? Check, testing.
It's on
1,
now.
2.
Hey, man.
12.
Tonight's a very special show.
It
I mean,
is.
it's always a special show, but tonight's a special show because we got a really cool special guest coming in. I actually know this guy.
Mike, I'm not a guest. I am a co-host. We've gone over this.
Actually, you were the very first guest on here. Yeah, technically back in
and you never told me to leave, and I've stayed ever since.
September 7th. I can't believe that, bro. We've been going strong.
Long time.
But anyway, I know this man. Like, we're not like best friends, you know. We didn't grow up with each other, but I've talked to him a bunch. I've done a couple of shows with him. I met him through Judah Priest in the 144. Shout out to the 144. His name is Draco. Has fun. I just like to call him Draco because it's too many syllables, you know. But we're gonna without further ado.
Draco has yeah. I can see it.
I think it's about the same. Because, you know, they just call me Mike B. But without further ado, I want to bring Draco up in here. Guys, where's the drum roll? I don't have the sound effects up. Yeah. Draco has fun. Welcome to the show, brother. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too, bro.
Oh, man. How's life?
Nice to meet you, Cap.
Nice to meet you. We're kind of mingling backstage, but this is my first time interacting and meeting you, so it's a pleasure.
Yeah, sorry, I should have done another introduction on here like they did. We were chatting it up backstage before this, and then I actually started the show a little early, like 2 minutes early. I don't know why I looked at it was the actual show thing that says live at 8 o'clock, and I was like, oh shit, it's 8 o'clock. Oh,
that's
man.
the way the ball bounces sometimes, man.
We just got
on the spot with it.
Now we got to end 2 minutes early. It's official.
Oh, it's like it was meant to happen.
The whole show is ruined. All the time is off.
So
Forever.
how was everybody's week? What we got here? That name sounds familiar. Hey, that's DJ Snickers with Underground Wicked Radio. Hey, I'd like to put you in with him too. He does some wicked interviews. He had Judah on there a few times back in the day, and then recently.
That's what's up. What's up, DJ Snickers?
So Draco has fun. You are an underground independent artist from Pennsylvania, right?
Yep.
Shout out to Keystone State. Now, were you born? Were you born in Pennsylvania, or were you just, like myself, just raised here? Okay. Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
I was born a little bit under the Mason-Dixon line, but I was raised here.
From the south.
Hey, man. Yeah, Maryland's not too far from me. It's like 10 minutes up the road or down the road.
Maryland's not below the Mason-Dixon line. This guy. It's like
Sure
Missouri Compromise, bro. Come on, man.
Made it sound like you're from like Louisiana.
Yeah, like I was born in Alabama. Kentucky
I was born in St. Agnes Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland, but it's definitely under the Mason-Dixon line.
Sure.
Says
I was
right.
Mercy in Upper Darby. I was adopted at birth, so I don't know who the fuck my real parents are, but I know that I'm mostly Irish because of Ancestry.com.
Oh, you done spit in the tube? That's such a
Oh,
weird
yeah,
test, right? They send you this
Bro.
little tube and they're like, spit to here, and you're like, all right, it's not too bad. And you start spitting, you're like, holy shit, it's a lot of fucking spit. You don't realize it.
It's a lot. It's like, it's fucking weird because, you know, I get on there and I have a very Jewish last name. So all these Irish people are taking me out of their family tree, and I'm like, word.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Kim Althouse out here. She says, hey, Mike. Hey, Draco.
Hey, what up,
Cricket? Cap, you got left out of that, even though, you know.
I'm used to it. I'm still an extend a hello to you, Kemal. Or Kim
Absolutely.
Al.
Oh man, so what kind of music do you do for the people?
Man, that's hard. Like,
is it still polka that you prefer, or?
Yep, I do hyper polka punk. Yep, that's what I do.
Weird Al status.
Yep. Oh, now yeah. I do what I would say is like alternative hip hop, like emo trap-ish, kind of like. I'd say alternative rap is kind of like a good place to put it. Like I do horrorcore, I do like sad boy stuff. I do all kinds of shit, man. Some of my shit's like more conscious somehow. I don't know. Like I'm just a weirdo. I like doing different shit, you know?
I feel you. Kind of the same way. I don't know where to put me, you know. I just do whatever I'm feeling, you know?
Yeah. I mean, year to year, I mean, your life changes, your experiences change. You never know what you're going to write a song about, you know?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, what would you say, like, who would you say your target audience is?
I mean, that's hard. I mean, if I'm going by what I put on my EPK, I'd say like Lil Peep, Twisted, and Jelly Roll are probably like the three people would say that I sound like, or some people say I sound like Violent J from ICP. So it's like,
I can definitely.
It all really depends on how you perceive me, what song you heard, stuff like that, what era you heard of my music.
So how long would you say you've been, I guess, recording or performing music?
I've been taking it more seriously since like 2011, but I started in like 2004, like writing. I've written poetry pretty much all my life since I was a little kid, so it was like, it's just come naturally to me to be an artist in some capacity.
That's dope. So what made you want to, I guess, transfer that poetry into more rhythmic music styling? Like, how did you get that itch or get that going? Like, what did you even have or use?
Right. So I was in the West Philly punk rock scene a lot, and I would go to all these shows and I would try to like shop for band members basically with a whole binder full of lyrics that I wrote. Because I was just super inspired by it, and I'd show them, and they'd be like, yo, like, that's some shit that I would probably write. I'm like, word, but, like, how am I going to bring all these people back to, like, my suburban household with my parents and stuff and just, like, bring them into my basement and hope they don't steal shit from me?
For real. It's all good. Like, it's all good till somebody's got to use the restroom or something, and you got to let them go upstairs on their own or something. And then it's like, how do I watch these people down here and that person up there at the same time?
Thanks. You don't know what people are really about. And it's like, in my neighborhood in particular, people were dicks, bro. My entire generation were assholes. Like, all right, so you'd let somebody stay over your house and they'd steal something, and then you'd be friends again the next week. And it's like, it was considered okay. Like, somehow this was cool. I'm like, you're not coming to my fucking house, bro. Like, the fuck out of here.
You can sit on the porch. That's about it.
I had plenty of people like that, and you know, and I knew they were stealing. Like I fucking see people wearing my brand new hat or something, or have my wallet the next week, and then it's like, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, they probably needed it more than me, you know. And I never said anything to them. And then when I said something to them, you get, you know, you're the bad guy. Well, mother, you know. You shouldn't leave your shit hanging out. Like, no, you shouldn't be fucking taking my shit.
How about you?
It's like, it's stupid. I hate it. It's like, if people ask for help, I give help. You know, people have stayed at my house ever since I was a kid. It's like, some of my best friends have stayed in my brother's room once he moved out and stuff. So it's like, I'm no stranger to helping people, looking out for people down on their luck. And I know everybody's got problems, and I think that it's important to give back when you can and just look out for people because you never know what people are really going through. You could literally save someone's life just by giving them a place to stay for a couple nights. You don't know.
Yeah. Definitely. But and they say they say not to be judgmental, but you have to a point, and it's not to be judgmental right away. It's like you gotta use your inner like your intuition, right? Like, okay, your vibes, like, all right, maybe go get a coffee with that person, first, see how they're all right. You can't be too quick to fucking like jump and want to help people, even though you want to. You can't be too quick to act on it because my worry is it's not going to be appreciated, and they're like if I give we got homeless like right around the corner, but if I go and give you $20 to get something to eat, you're going to be right at Rural Farms buying a whole fucking pack of beer, and I know it.
Right. I mean, my thing is if I look at my wallet, right? If I open my wallet and I have $20, right? If I can give $5 to somebody who needs it, cool. I'm still going to keep the other $15. I'm not going to fucking, give everything in my wallet to somebody just because I feel badly for them. That doesn't do anything for anybody, really. But then there's moments where it's like, I already know I have a way home. I have everything I need paid for. And if somebody needs the money in my wallet more than I do, like, they give me the exact number that they need. That's the money in my wallet. They didn't see in my wallet. Those kind of moments, I'm like, word, that's fucking God right there, bro. Mm-hmm. That is the universe being like, you need to help this motherfucker immediately.
See, I try not to give people money directly. Like, for example, when I go home, like to Jersey, like I'll go to this one chicken spot I always go to, and there's always people outside asking for food, asking for whatever, and I'm like, what do you want? I'll buy it for you. I don't even care what it costs. I know it's not gonna be that expensive anyway. I've been coming here for years, but it's like, what do you want? Like a 2-piece, some fries, and what kind of drink? And sometimes people will be like, well, I just want cash, and I'll be like, then I can't help it.
Yeah,
sometimes people will be like genuinely like, man, anything you can give me, I'll take it. I'm starving, and it's like those are the people I really want to help.
Yeah, Sam. I mean, I went out to this bar in Newark called Champions, and they have like a little fucking Stop and Shop, John.
Okay.
And like my friend Sophie was in from England, and another one of my friends was there. And Sophie don't have any fucking street smarts at all. She's from England.
Y'all glow in the dark over there or what?
But so, we're outside and she's talking to random homeless dudes and shit. And one of them's like, hey, can I have some money to buy some stuff at the store? And you could tell she was a little nervous. I'm like, yeah, man, what do you want from the store? I'll get it for you. Like, what do you want from the store? And he's like, no, man, it's cool. I'm like, they knew that I blew their fucking spot already. Like, you're not gonna get this girl from England to buy you some fucking beer or drugs, my boy. Keep it moving. Like,
who don't know?
Yeah. So, why Draco? Why Draco has fun? Why'd you choose that? What inspired?
Well, I mean, I could give you the small answers, the big answers, and the in between answers if you want.
Well, you can give us all of them, and here's why. Because listen, like some people pick their names, some people's names fall on them. Like my name, I was just bullshit, like freestyle with my buddies before I was even really doing anything. And I said Mikey B, and then he's like, "What'd you call your Mikey B?" And he's like, "That's your fucking name. That's your rap name." Because I was infamous, before that.
Yeah.
So like it happens like that, So like, what inspired?
Yeah, for me, it's like I came up in a very like spiritual setting in a lot of ways where all my friends were heavily into like metaphysics, the occult and stuff like that. And one time we meditated under the boardwalk in this little beach town that we all hung out in this illegally burrowed hole underneath the boardwalk. You can't dig holes too deep in Delaware because you can blow yourself up because it was, World War II explosive ordnances buried underneath the sand. You go too far, you just fucked everybody up. So me and my friends would dig these holes. They were called rabbit holes because the guy who dug them was called Rabbit. That was his nickname. But basically we'd have like these meditation circles where we'd all just kind of like zone out. I don't know whether we were smoking weed, we were drinking, kind of a little bit of both, But we just came up
Devil's
with this
lettuce.
idea that we were gonna like find our spirits, like shit like that. And one of my friends, he was her name, her like spirit name was Kiki. Another one of my friends was Mephistopheles, the Jewish name for the devil. And then I was Draconis, which is, son of the dragon kind of thing. It's like I was like super into it. Like I put Draconis on everything for like years. And then that same beach town, like years later, I was still calling myself Draconis, and somebody's like, "You should just call yourself Draco." I was like, "Yeah, why not?" Just shortened it to Draco, and I got like super duper into horrorcore now. It's Draco the Unholy, Dracological. Like I wanted to add so much to it, like I wanted to expand on it and like keep building. And then eventually I just said, "Fuck it, I'm Draco. Just keep it at Draco. It's simple, it's easy, it works. Fucking packaged normal, like you don't need to explain a bunch of things to people and it works." No, that wasn't good enough for me. So years later, like I'm doing all this horrorcore shit, I'm doing all this hip hop shit. I tried different monikers. I won't go into those because they're a little bit more wild.
No, you do need to share. We need you opened the bag. Let's go.
Fuck it, let's open the bag then. So for a while there, I wasn't recording very well. This was in my less professional years, pre 2012 when I was really getting into it. I was kind of in my little reinvention phase where I got super into like making fun of politics and stuff. So I came up with this identity called the Unabomber. And I had sunglasses, like a fucking keffiyeh covering my face, and like a flak vest that had like an upside down American flag patch and all this other shit. And I was like,
and FBI surveillance.
What's that?
I said, and a bunch of FBI surveillance.
Yeah, right. Now, I mean, I made this one weird ass fucking song over the Black and Yellow beat about like being a fucking, crazy fucking terroristic individual and shit. And like, I was gonna get sponsored by this like fucking thing that made like fucking terror vest shirts and shit. I was like, "Hey, could you guys sponsor me?" Like, I was really like all in with it, and I'm like, at some point, I just stopped being the Unabomber because I was just like, "This is ridiculous. Like, all of this is ridiculous, and I should not have done this." But it opened the doors to a lot of cool people. If people could like me as the Unabomber, that means I did something cool.
I would have given you the time just for you having the balls. Look, wait a minute. I need to have a conversation with you first, and then we'll decide.
Right. But it's like I made so many interesting links as, the Unabomber, and like eventually I just kind of like made it Draco the Unabomber, and then I just went, full on back to Draco for years because it just got to that point where I was like, you know what, man? Fuck this. I gotta cut it, but then with Draco Has Fun, it was like I felt a need to do something new, to take a different direction. And because Draco is very ungoogleable. All right. Mm-hmm. Just in general, like I'm trying to fuck with the algorithm a little bit. Because like anytime that I put releases out through Orchard, which is a Sony subsidiary, that's the primary people who put my shit out over time. And my shit would end up on like 5 different topic pages, and I'd have to yell at somebody to try to change it for me. So if you go and look for my old shit, you'll find it on like 5 different pages, and there'll be like some hood dude from Chicago saying the N-word, and I'm like, that wasn't me, bro. That definitely was not me.
Yeah,
and
you weren't the one saying the N-word. You were the one on there like, la, 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 la.
Yes. Old me would have been the guy, But it's funny. It's just thinking about that. Like, I've changed so much since then. Like, I went to Israel, I found my faith again, and the keffiyeh me is not a thing anymore.
Tell us about that, man. What was it like going to the motherland? Like, what was it?
It's different than a lot of people would say, like. It's interesting because like for Birthright, which is the program you get for free for like any Jew that wants to go home, But basically the long and short is that you go there, they show you this very specific, itinerary. I think it's for like 11 or 12 days. And you go to all these, holy places, and it's really amazing. It'll ignite it in you. Like either you become more atheistic or you become more into religion. the goal is to bring you more into religion, to activate you in that way. And it was an amazing experience and something that I'll always hold close to my heart, something very important to me. And it showed me, you know, people have this stereotype of Jews just being white Europeans. If you ask any person in America, that is their perception.
Right.
But no, you go to Israel, you realize that there's a whole entire super fucking hot female Ethiopian Jewish IDF squad. Those chicks are killing it, bro. If you can imagine the hottest, you know, Ethiopian chicks you've ever met in your life, they are carrying guns in uniforms, just killing it.
The Uzi. Yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. The Galil, you know, like they perfected the fucking AK and shit. And it's like, I'm not here to glorify war or anything that's happened in Gaza because that shit's fucked up too. But like, understand that there's all kinds of different Jews. Like there's Jews from South America, Asian Jews, Australian Jews. Like the guy that I talked to on my phone interview is Australian. And then, you know, you saw what happened in Bondi Beach on Hanukkah, you know, like they shot everybody up and that was fucking crazy. But it's like, as a Jew in America, it's like we're typecasted as these, you know, fucking people that are just these evil sons of bitches that have no moral, you know, no moral reasoning or, you know, are cool with people dying. And it's like, no, nobody is cool with people dying unless you're a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
Right.
But that is a very individualized thing. And it's like, if there's one thing I can tell people about, you know, being Jewish in America is that I grew up with people always, you know, picking at how I look very European. Even when I went to Israel for the first time, somebody pulled me aside and was, you know, examining my last name and everything. And they're like, really? Like, really? This is you?
Well,
like,
you did say you are Irish technically by birth.
Yeah. By blood, it's
I
like
assume you would have grew up
70%.
Christian or Catholic of some sort had your original parents, you know, not to touch this whole subject, but
yeah, and it's crazy to think about. Like, I got super lucky, you know, being raised Jewish with great parents and everything else, and not just because I was raised Jewish, but I was raised with love. I was raised with the ability to respect and have empathy, you know, and you can't teach empathy. It needs to be nurtured. It needs to be instilled in your value system.
Well, it's really something natural in you that people you need to embrace and nurse it to bring it out more. You know? But it's a normal, you know, love in general. Like you're born loving. But some people turn cold just based on the situations they've been in and the experiences they've had. And some people are over loving or, you know, too trusting and, you know.
Yeah. I've teeter-tottered in between that a little bit, you know. Like I've had to cool my jets a couple times because I have a little bit of autism here. So it's like I get like hyper focused on like helping people. Like I remember there was this one chick I was talking to. She made her life just sound so crazy that like I think I sent her like my last $20, like just so she could get pizza. Or something. I'm like, I'm fucking crazy. Like, why did I think this is an okay thing?
Draco, real quick, not to change the subject. DJ Snickers wants me. He actually said that he thinks he's friends with you on Facebook if you're the same Draco Gray, and I'm like, maybe.
Okay. Cool.
Wait, but he wants me to ask you if you listen to LSP.
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? I've known Scum since I was a youngin'. Like we're talking like 2004. I've known Scum since like that motherfucker is a G. Smalls one, Scum, fucking Chuckles is the man. Like I just did a show with Chuckles out in Washington State.
I'll give you Snickers information then. He definitely wants to get you on the radio show.
I'll pour more of that into Snickers bin. I could talk about LSP for hours. Just the hustle that Scum has. That man has a fucking warehouse. Oh, and shout out to Lynch too, their merch guy. That guy is a fucking G, straight up. Shout out to Insane Poetry, their entire camp, fucking Gino from Dark Half, rest in peace, fucking rest in peace, Gino, fucking Insane D, all those cats, amazing human beings, and I can't say more.
Send them the link, Snickers. Send them the link. Let them get up in here. All right, so you sent me an album to check out. When did this come out? The album is called Emily.
That came out on November 26th, my birthday.
All right. Happy belated birthday. I think I wish you happy birthday. Yeah, I think I wish you happy birthday back then. Sorry we couldn't make it to the birthday bash.
Shit happens, man. You know, it's Thanksgiving, like right up the next day, so it's like, you know, shit happens. I get it.
So, what inspired this album? The name, like, why Emily? First and foremost,
Emily Blunt
All
fan.
right. So
I'm not familiar.
it's when I'm going back in time a little ways, it was during the pandemic when
Okay.
I live at home, you know, full disclosure. So, you know, my dad got sick and he's the breadwinner in our house. He is a doctor doing telemedicine and whatnot until the last June that he was alive, you know. But
Rest in
pre-pandemic, he got cancer, and you know, everything became non-essential businesses during COVID. You know, I couldn't perform, I couldn't do my radio station because it was actually like accredited to a point where like they had to pay taxes on the shit. So it's like it's considered like a business where if you are there, you're getting fined. If they find out that you're broadcasting, it was that bad, you know.
Wow.
But I had to take a step away from everybody, the internet, all my friends. I didn't make music for a couple years there, and it's just like I was just in such a creative lull, and it hurt, man. Like it hurt my soul, you know. I couldn't connect with people anymore, and like all my friends were going through the same thing, and I feel like everybody was kind of living on top of each other on Facebook, you know. And it just got to a point where I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk to anybody. Not a fucking soul about anything, because it's like, how am I going to explain this to anybody, right? So I found this one service that I used to use called IMVU, and I met my third ex-fiance off the internet on there about a decade beforehand, and shout out to you, Yelly, what's good out in California. But we're still cool. We're still good, you know. The engagement didn't work out, but you know, I planted a seed in my brain, and I came back during the pandemic because I was lonely, you know. And you know, you get lonely, you do different shit, and my different shit was talking to random people from all different countries on the internet. So I got really into that, and I met this girl named Emmy on IMVU, and every Tuesday she was there for me when my dad got chemo. And you know, I'm always grateful to her, you know, to her for that. And I wrote her a song, you know, and I showed it to her, and she was really happy about it, and she loved it, man. Like it was really cool. I performed it out in Omaha, and then about a couple months later, she just kind of disappeared off the map. And like for months, I was really worried about her, you know, like I was like, did she fucking die, bro? It was like was my last conversation with this girl about Halloween, like the new Halloween movie with, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis. Is that going to be the last conversation I had with Emmy, you know? But basically the long and short was I made the song, you know, Emily. I put it out as like a demo thing on one of my compilation things that I have.
Okay.
And then I just kind of forgot about it for a little bit. And then as time went on, a lot of these feelings started coming up. I started talking to more different people, and a lot of like similar people, you know, like people that choose other people over you kind of people, you know, like folks who are broken, and somewhere along the way they break you a little bit too kind of people, you know, like stuff like that. And there's always going to be people like me who give too much to these people, who care too much, they love too hard, they give their heart in such a heavy way that it becomes all encompassing, you know. Like I was obsessed with some of these people. Like with Emily, it was, you know, I took the name Emmy and added the extra letters because I realized a weird like autistic pattern in my brain that I always liked girls named Emily growing up, or like versions of Emily. So there was like a girl that I had a crush on in elementary school that was named Emily. She was really cute. And then a girl in high school that I had a crush on named Amelia. And then it's just weird how that all like synchronized like that in my brain and just came together like fucking Voltron. I'm like, I had a fucking Emily problem, bro. But you know, basically the rest of the songs just kind of came from people that I talked to and different experiences, and then also other people I dated on the internet when I was a teenager. So,
Did you ever reconnect with Emily?
No, but I mean, I used
Emmy,
her
Emmy.
voice.
Emmy,
Yeah,
Emmy,
Emmy.
sorry. Still
I
to
mean,
this day,
Emmy
you
was-
still haven't.
Yeah, I haven't, and I feel like she's like I connected with somebody that she knew, a mutual friend or whatever, and they told me that she moved on in real life and whatever, and I'm super happy for her because part of the reason she was on that program was because people hurt her a lot in real life. They took her for granted. They did bad things
Trust
to her.
issues.
Yeah. I won't put her business out there too much, but somebody really did something heinous to her to a point where, she couldn't show any pictures of her face because that, people have used
Under.
things against her,
But there she
It's-
is on your album cover. Now that's just rude. No, I'm just-
Hey, everybody.
So here's the thing, the avatar picture of it, right? I had an avatar picture from me and her, and I took the eyes and I put it on the front cover because I wanted to give her a little shout out, but I didn't want to like full on put a face on there. You know what I mean?
right.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah.
And it's dope
just-
because the eyes are the gateway to the soul, as they say. So it leaves that
Right.
mystery, and then you
Yeah.
being over in Israel and all that, the way they wrap their faces and all that too. So it kind of coincides. So it's kind of cool how you, I guess, laid it out or portrayed it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And I mean, for me, it's a labor of love. It's something that took me over 4 years to really narrow down, fine tune, and then record at my best friend's house in Tennessee. Shout out Steve Skaggs, Marston House Records, and he really coached me to make the album that I wanted to make. I had what I wanted. I had the basics, but he
Vision.
helped me really bring it together. And he's an amazing human being. He's been in the industry for way longer, in bands that were successful and shit. So I'm like, he's my best friend of over 20 years. His kids are like my nieces and nephews, and
Oh, wow.
I love that motherfucker. That's my brother.
Shouts
I
to him.
understand that. Yeah, definitely. Shout out. So,
Yes, sir.
but without further ado, you don't mind if we start off with Emily, or do you want to?
How do you not start off with it after that whole explanation and talk? You ask all these
Well,
questions. And be
well,
like,
well,
all right, well,
yeah.
here's Nintendo 86 by Draco.
Well, listen. Here's my thing, right? Save the best for last.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's the best one. But after that story, shit, it might be.
Yeah.
Let's get into Emily. Let's do
Yeah.
Emily.
Whoa,
Let's
whoa,
right.
whoa. See, that's why she
Hey.
hides her face. You see what you're saying, Mike? Come on. Let's
Oh
get
no,
into
that,
Emily.
bro!
Like,
don't
seriously?
rub that shit on your chest, bro. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody can hear it.
That's her voice.
We took 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, getting right to the middle. I need to do that. You don't see me, Emily. We took 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Now I'm lost just a little and I can't go back. And you'll find me, Emily. We ain't built for one-on-one, and I guess that's okay. I like when we had fun, sharing on Tuesdays, meeting each other's wants, finding new ways to play. What we had was love in unusual ways. You said that you'd leave him, it's okay that he stayed. You can't change your feelings, I just hope and I pray that you found some healing in this darkness decayed. I said I love you, but I'm leaving, and that wasn't okay. We took 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, getting right to the middle. I need to do that. You don't see me, Emily. We took 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Now I'm lost just a little and I can't go back. And you'll find me, Emily. Yeah, I left for a little, but I found my old map. Now it's back to the middle and some other guys back. I still see Emily, but why? Cause our love is a riddle. All we do is laugh while we double dribble. You don't tell your man the ways I ruin your pants and the ways that he can't. There's no ego in that, I'm just stating the facts. You're my dirty angel with the voice to match, and Goddamn, bitch, look at that ass. We going back to the middle, now we going right back. Back to the middle, now we going right back. Took 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, getting right to the middle. I ain't mean to do that. You don't see me and believe. We took 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Now I'm lost just a little and I can't go back. And you don't find me and believe. We're going back to the middle, now we going right back. Back to the middle, now we going right back. Back to the middle, now we going right back. Back to the middle, now we going right back, right back.
On Fiverr.
Okay.
Do you play? Do you produce your own beats? Like play the guitar and all that? That was in that song or anything of that nature?
No, that was
Yeah.
my boy Keith Cosmopoulos, aka Bankhard Beats.
Nice.
Very talented producer. So I went to him for the entire album. So.
Draco Steve X AKS says hi.
That's Steve.
Oh.
Bro, he just shouted him out. Steve
Oh.
You.
Okay, yeah, he's in here.
What up, bro?
Can you see the comments that are coming up on the screen?
Bro?
I cannot.
Oh, there should be. If you click on comments or whatnot, you'll be able to see them. Do not click back. Do not click back. Click the X.
Click the X.
Yeah. When you go to look at the comments, all right. So when you go to look at the comments, it should be like on the top of the screen or whatnot, or toward it shows something that says, or like where you can change the window.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Go to the wall.
Let me see. Oh, okay, cool. Now I see it. Now I see it.
Yeah, now you can see all the comments.
Oh,
and then you can respond to them too. But look, when you go back, do not click back. Click the X.
Betcha. All right, cool.
Yeah. If you click back, it'll take you out of it, and then you have to come back in and all that. That was dope. I like that. And listen, I know what it's like to like somebody or have a friend, you know, that's somebody that's just your friend that you see that's going through some bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's like, sure. and it's like, you know, you don't have to do that. Like, but you don't know how to help them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, you know, you got to let them help themselves. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's not up to you how their life ends up, you know? And
yeah, well, definitely. And then, you know that old saying, if you love something, let it go. You know, if it comes back, it's yours, or it's meant, you know, if it doesn't, it was never meant to be. But some people are there for a moment, you know, but everything that happens is meant for a reason. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Some moments way heavier than others, man. And, you know,
amen to that.
One thing that I want to impart to everybody is that, you know, money isn't everything, but I'll tell you the most necessary currency in life is time. You cannot get time back. You can't exchange it. You can't bend it or twist it to your whim. You can't put it in a bank account. You can't hope for later. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. So you got to spend that time with the people you care about today. Otherwise, you're just letting it sit. You're fucking it up, bro. Don't drop the ball.
You made me think of 2 movies. There's a movie called, I think it's In Time. It's with Justin Timberlake, Johnny Galecki, and they're in the future, and there is no currency. Their currency is time.
Yep.
That's a great movie.
Have time. It's like on your wrist, and you scan into it. So it's like you would pay like an hour for a cup of coffee of your life, right? And then you work and you get more time back, et cetera, et cetera. It's a really,
and then when you think about it, though,
movie.
When you think about it, all the time you spent making that money that you're paying for that cup of coffee, it's the same fucking thing, bro.
It's the same concept, absolutely. What is your time
parable
worth,
in a movie?
No, but if you think about it, like I get paid $8 an hour, and the coffee costs me $6 an hour. After taxes, I'm at $5 an hour, so it actually costs me more than an hour.
That's more than a third of my paycheck. You know,
right.
It's more than a third of my hourly pay.
Yeah, and you don't. A lot of people don't have the big brain thought like I should get stock at the place I work at. Get a little bit of that money back.
now the better you're helping the more you're helping the business do good, the more it's helping you on that. Bro, I wish I would have
We got a
invested in
401k or a
YouTube back
pension.
in like 07 before they had all the ads and shit. I'm telling you, bro. I got the settlement from Walmart and whatnot, and you fucking blew it on my friends. It wasn't nothing big, bro. It was like 10 grand.
Wally, world.
Yeah.
But the other
like,
movie is a
yeah.
movie called Fresh. It's an old school hood movie, I guess you would say. Samuel L. Jackson's in it. It's about this kid growing up. I want to say he's in the Bronx, and real smart. He's in like, I don't know. I want to say like 5th, 6th grade, but he's like way
Samuel L.
smarter than his
Jackson
age.
playing chess at the park.
Yep.
Oh,
And he
shit.
gives him a whole speech about time. And he's like, you can get your man back and this and that. The only thing you can't replace in this world is time. And it's a real powerful quote. Samuel Jackson, he's like a homeless man who's actually his dad.
You're kind of
hold on.
underwater a little bit, brother.
Yeah, you're
What's that?
underwater. There you
Oh, you're
go.
underwater there for a sec.
No worries. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So Samuel Jackson's actually a homeless man who's not married to the kid's mom, typical
Oh wow.
ghetto environment, I guess, for lack of a better term. And the
Yeah.
son like figured out that was his dad and somehow linked up with him. And they have like a relationship, but like the mom doesn't even know he goes out there. My mom doesn't know nothing. He sells drugs, all this shit. But anyway, so his father's like, he can't give him money. He can't give him all. So all he's trying to do is just like teach him all these life lessons. And like the main one that he gives him a whole speech about is time and how, like I said, you cannot replace it. And it always like really stuck with me. It's a real powerful movie. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. It's literally just called Fresh. It's from like 93, I want to say. But it's in that time frame. If it's not 93, it's like 94 or 95.
That sounds really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Definitely. If we become, send me a Facebook request and we'll
Yeah, I got you.
exchange movies and stuff. Gotta make
Mike
all,
never
like,
sends me
movies.
people's info. I always tell him like he's good now on the pictures and the names, but I'm like, send me their name. Like I could look up their Facebook. I could kind of try to learn some about you.
I
to
sent
have
you
ready
his
for the
whole
show.
bio.
His bio. Oh wow.
The whole
You
bio
fucking
that
up,
he sent me.
capitalized guy. You
The
fucking
whole
up.
bio that he sent me.
A bio, but not not his Facebook ID or whatever where you talk to him through. You didn't put a chat together with it, like nothing, man. You're always trying to hog every. He's always trying to keep him for himself. He doesn't like to share. That's what it is.
It's unintentional. I have a hole in my brain, so the things that I schedule in there that are I'm supposed to remember, they fucking find their way out, and they're over there having a cup of coffee while my body's over here. Like
That's why I got the notebook.
You know what they call that, right?
I know.
That sensation. is
Squirrel
called
brain?
disassociation. It's,
Disassociation.
Yeah, it's when your mind and your body kind of just separate from each other, and you have this weird little gap right here. You can fill it with anxiety. You can fill it with making a better decision. You can fill it with all kinds of different shit. But
That's how I feel all the time.
yeah.
Bro,
So
me
And
too.
I get these moments where like I'm driving or doing something, and then I look up, I'm like, how did I get here? I don't even know. Like, my mind is somewhere else, but my body's just in this routine of doing shit. I'm like, I don't even
past
remember
3
walking
weeks.
back inside the house. Like, what the fuck just happened?
oh, and that's an active, like your brain. It's almost like when you hook your car up to the gas tank, right?
Mhm.
That's an unconscious decision that you've made, and you've already allowed that time to pass, right?
Right.
Or when you're driving a boat and you put it on autopilot, or like you're driving your car and it's on cruise control. It's essentially where your brain goes with like
Right.
mundane activities. That's why people listen to music, or they call somebody, or they do something else
To
while they're
distract
driving.
you from it, right?
Because it's like if you're counting the seconds, the milliseconds, minutes, hours, it's like you're gonna be really pissed off if you have to drive more than 2 hours.
Yeah, like if I was ever in solitary confinement or some type of situation like that, or like I'd probably really go nuts just the way my mind is, and like not being able to do anything at all. Like
See?
Nah,
Listen,
I
bro.
think about that kind of shit, and I'm like, I'd probably just make up fun voices, and then by the end of it, just be.
I'd be completely crazy talking to myself. I'd be like
I wrote,
living out plays in my own world. Like
I wrote
These
so many
suggestions,
verses
Draco.
with that rubber pencil in the hole, bro. They give you a rubber pencil, and it's and the guards are like, if you can get them to sharpen it, you know, it's fucking crazy. But I wrote
be
so many
chewing that.
things. I think I
Long
did
time.
altogether. I think I did 180 days, but I did 60 at one time in the hole.
In straight.
Yeah, 60 days straight in the hole.
What did you do to end up in the hole? Pause.
I got thrown down the stairs. I got jumped by 3 people in pre-class, and I got thrown down the stairs and all that.
So did they put you there more to separate you from the pop, like Gen Pop, or were you somehow did you retaliate?
The three guys that, well, I mean, I was you know, doing my best, but the 3 guys that jumped me,
Understandable.
made me the aggressor.
Damn.
That's cool.
See, that's the way it goes. I mean,
Yeah, officer. 3 guys are beating me up, but I was the one coming for them.
That's how it goes around here, bro. Look, I just got off back in 2012. I
Always
just
trying
got
to
off
hold the
probation.
white man down.
Bro, I had just gotten off probation 2 weeks before this
fucking
happened,
kid.
right? All probation, got my papers. Some homies invited me. They just got like an old 87 RX-7. Like, yo, bro, come help us work on it. I get there, they're drinking. Only me and the dude's wife are of age to have alcohol. You know, like they just got a settlement, or not a settlement, like won the lottery and fucking or some shit and bought a house. And we're all drinking. I go in and I come out, and I go in to use the bathroom. I come out, let the dogs in. She starts yelling at me, "Why'd you let my fucking dogs in?" I was like, "Whoa, I didn't know they weren't allowed inside. It's not worth bitching at me. I'll go get them." She's like, "No, don't fucking go in my house." And her husband was this sweet little dude. He's like, "You don't call my wife a bitch." And I turned around, I was like, "Whoa, bro, I did not call her a bitch. Just let me roll out." And I went to leave, and his brother hit me in the back of the head with a soccer wrench, and they beat the fuck out of me. Like I was gone. I was, you know, I came to, and the sun's starting to come up, and I leave through the front entrance. I'm bleeding, stagger down. I'd only lived a couple of blocks down the street from them at this
sounds
point.
like a RoboCop origin story. Jesus,
Bro, it's like
how the hole in the brain became.
No, that was a long time ago, which I told you makes me like think about everything that happened from 2003 until now. I'm like, I know I'm here for a reason. Just fucking, you know, show me the path. I may not see the sign the first time, but don't give up. And I know you won't, so keep going. But anyway,
Who's talking
bro,
about?
talking to anybody who needs to hear it right now. So I pass out in someone's front yard. I wake up again, you know, I'm fighting myself. I just got to make it home. I can see mom's. It's right there. I get there. I grab the doorknob. It's locked, but the door pushes open. I fall and hit the kitchen floor. She's like, "Michael," and I'm like, she's like, "Oh my God." And then she goes outside. Police are already there. These people woke up and saw that I was no longer in their backyard and called the cops. And again, made me the aggressor. First, they said they didn't know me, and I showed up with a gun, tried to rob them. Then there was no gun, and then they said that I had a knife, and I tried to rob them. They didn't. There was no knife. They said that they knew me.
Like this one guy that I knew, he robbed a mini mart with his bare hands and still got charged with armed robbery.
I mean, you do have arms, right? There were arms present.
That motherfucker's got guns on his fucking shit, though.
I got a ticket. I got a ticket the other day. I got pulled over, and I didn't have a permit for these guns.
This guy.
Rub
that on your chest.
I ever got pulled over was hilarious because I was wearing my Punisher shirt. That's like a Sugar Skull Punisher shirt. It had guns, knives, and a grenade on it. You know, as like part of the pattern.
Like, I don't have any of these.
Right. So I roll down the window. What do you think the cop asked me if I had in my car?
Guns,
do you have any guns, knives, or explosives in your car? And like the cocky, shitty part of me was like gonna be like, does it count on my shirt here?
Like, what about pictures of guns and explosives? Does that count? I know it's a weird time.
I hope this wasn't during your Unabomber days. That's all I gotta say.
No, it was not. Wait, it was post Unabomber. I don't know, but that was the first time I ever got pulled over. I was on my way to my job at a movie theater in Wayne, and I made a left turn at this light. And the person in front of me apparently was the person the cop was going to stop, but because I went after him, they're like, all right, they let me up. I fucking went, you know, around the corner to the McDonald's, and he's like, "You know you're supposed to stop right there." It's like, yeah, in the middle of traffic where people almost get hit by cars. No, I'm good, bro.
Hey,
it's like
first time I got pulled over, I was on a double date. was me, my guy Van Cat, this girl Jill, and this girl Lauren. And I'm in the fast lane on the highway trying to be all cool. I wasn't even going that fast because it was like 6 in the afternoon. It wasn't even like I could, but I was still going above the speed limit, I guess. Cop pulls me over, so I'm on the highway in the fast lane. I pull over on the left. You know, the shoulder right there next to the fast lane. I don't know. So the cop gets on the loudspeaker. You need to pull over the other side. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm all embarrassed. I'm all trying to be cool. You know, I got the girl in the passenger seat and all this shit. And my guy Van Cat's in the back with the other chick and this. So like, all right. So the cop, like, you know, he's got the beams on. So like he kind of moves over to block traffic so I can move over and never use my blinker going all the way to the right. That's what I ended up getting a ticket for.
Damn.
He pulled me over. He's like, you know, you're going a little fast. And he searched the card and he searched my guy Van Cat because he was all hooded up. And all this shit, I patted him down, and he's all, you know, he's one of those kids.
Not
I love
like the pointy hood, right? We're talking
no,
about
like ghettoed up. But he wanted to be all like, fuck the cops, this and that. So the cop went, oh, okay, yeah, you know. So then he had him searched and handcuffed him on the side of the road and all this shit to hold him there and detain him and all that for nothing. And then the cop's like, yeah, well, you didn't use your blinker when you were changing your lanes back. I'm like, well, what'd you pull me over for? He's like, well, you were kind of speeding, but I'm going to let you go on that. He gave me a blinker ticket. I'm like,
blinker ticket? Really?
Moving violation for not using a blinker. Yeah.
Yo, when's the last time you changed your blinker fluid, Cap?
I didn't even know blinkers had fluid, sir.
Yo, next time you go to Advanced or AutoZone, just go in and ask them to help you test it.
Is that
that's not big brain shit, bro?
Is that one of those Harbor Freight tricks, tools of the trade?
No, but go in. If you've never changed it in the car, you definitely. If you didn't know what it was, you definitely need to go.
Shout out to our sponsor, AutoZone.
Draco, let's get into
come on, bro. No. You're Irish, bro. It's gotta be O'Reilly.
I see you, Cap. You're very wise, my guy.
That's why they call him the wise guy.
Hey.
Yes.
Definitely.
Wise,
definitely.
You gotta go two. You gotta do the two hands.
It's like the universe put us together. And, you know, the universe put us together on, like, I had an open verse, like, not like a challenge, but I had the song No Smoke. And I was like, because the guy that I was doing it with, you know, he split and all this and all that, like, just nothing. I was like, okay, cool. So I put it out there because I definitely wanted someone to do the song with me, you know? And I got 3 verses back. I like Caps the most. And I was like, I like the energy. I like his voice. And then I talked to him, and I was like, "All right, I feel like we live next door to each other our whole lives." So yeah.
Well, remember, Draco? Remember, I was saying you like to help people that are lesser or in need, and that's how I felt when I saw Mike.
I wouldn't say lesser. Do not say that. That's fucked up.
That's fortunate or down on their luck.
Less fortunate. Yeah.
How about that? All right. So yeah, you know, you try to lift people up. So I saw Mike as an opportunity to kind of be. I could be that white knight.
It's okay. I've had other no-name rappers try and put me down too. And guess what? Nobody that ever dissed me or lied about me is in a better place for it.
Blind Fury has entered the chat.
See, my thing is when it comes to that kind of stuff, right? I am the avoider most times. I don't like putting people's names in shit. Like I'll write some shit sometimes if I get really upset about
more
it.
Subliminal, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Right. But it's like writing an entire track to somebody, like I'm bisexual myself, full disclosure. So my thing is like, I'm not writing gay love poetry for another dude. I'm sorry. Like I don't even do that for the guys I talk to. Okay? Like, no. So I'm not gonna write an entire fucking song about you because that is too gay above my pay grade. That's above my gay grade. I don't do that.
Now, let me ask you this. Honest question. When you were younger, right? When you were back in like 2004, 2005, like those days, was your mentality different?
Oh, dude, I dissed anybody that I wanted to.
That's what I was saying.
I saw you wear something similar to me. I'm like, fuck you. Like,
you just blinked twice at me. What the fuck? That's it. Going in the rap. Boom. Right. Like it was on.
You're getting the whole fucking song, bro.
Bro, this fucking guy, yellow shirt Joker over here. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was different,
it's
but
like,
now as you get older,
the same store, but you got the shirt that I wanted. Fuck you.
Me and Greg Buell, we went to the same store.
Today I might throw something subliminal in it, where if that person or anybody that knows anything about a certain situation and they hear it, they'll know. But when they're like, that part's about me, and there are people asking me, I'll be like, huh? Who's that?
Yeah, I try to keep
know
that shit to a
anymore?
very, very minimal place because it's like I've thought
It's not
about
worth
like
your
I thought
energy.
about throwing stones at people from the top. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've
I
been
don't
in
have
some
a
cool
glass
ass
house,
places.
you know, as
Right.
cardboard doesn't break as easy as glass.
Right.
I mean, plus you
I've
got
done the whole pissing from the mountaintop thing, right? Where like I have the opportunity to just piss on somebody that I really don't like, right? And I did it, right? I've done it. I've fucking really just twisted the knife
yeah,
on
petty
somebody.
shit.
And you know, it feels good for like, I don't know, an hour or two, right? You get that little catharsis moment, you get that,
And then you're like, why the
And this
fuck?
is
It's like, I really shouldn't have done that.
and this is where the empathy comes in.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where the empathy comes in, and you're like, I don't really feel anything anymore about it. Like,
Well, it
once
was
that
like,
moment
But
that
yo, the
shit
song
ends,
helped you with that because you were able
Yeah.
to express that. So you got it out of you're like, boom, you did it. Now, like,
you don't
I
want that
don't.
shit in your catalog.
you
Yeah.
remind me. That
It's
just
supposed
reminded
to
me
be
of
a moment in a catalog, you know?
I don't know if you watch Family Guy, but I know Mike does. There's an episode of Family Guy where they're all fighting with each other, and it's like Stewie and Meg, or Chris and Meg are going at it like crazy, Lois and Peter, and they're supposed to write letters about each other but not send them. But Peter sent his, and she's like, "All I got was a letter with a big gob of spit in it." He's like, "Oh yeah, P.S." but like when you're talking about it, it's like, yeah, sometimes it's like you just got to get it out. Like I get it. Like when I was younger, I was like, write a letter, not send it. That's some dumb fucking shit. But as you get older, it's like, you know, just get it out of your system, get it off your chest, and then move on from it. Like don't let it keep consuming you. You know, like let it go.
Like, I mean, I've had plenty of hard conversations that I feel like are necessary. You know, like sometimes you got to sit a motherfucker down and be like, look, I have a problem with the way you did this. It made me feel this way. Do you want to talk about how it made you feel? Like that's emotional maturity.
Yeah, like I have those conversations with my wife all the time. I mean, she's sound asleep. I kind of curse her out and tell her everything, and then we move on, and that's it.
I start my conversation like with my wife when I want to tell her off. I'll do it like that one meme. Like I go up to her, I was like, "Fucking make me a sandwich, clean these dishes. Like I fucking live here too. I pay a lot of the rent. Blah blah blah."
And then she's like, "What was that, Mike?" I had my
and then I'm like, that's what Cap was telling his wife, and I was like, bro, no,
That's
like,
so
like
crazy.
you see,
I
this is why we don't
disagree
hang.
with you, bro.
Yeah, that's like I told him I was like, bro, this is why we don't hang out with
so
you. Like that.
macho, right? Like I'm glad he lives all the way in Texas.
Yeah, like we
Right.
can't, we shouldn't.
Where you at in
like,
Texas, bro? I love Texas.
I'm outside San Antonio. I'm in a town called New Braunfels. It's right between San Antonio and Austin.
New
Get out of
brothels.
town. I was in San Antonio last year for a fucking festival called Night of the Shrunken Heads. My friend Razakel puts it together every year. Really
So
fun.
I actually have a question for you because I'm still not really familiar on juggalos, right? And I know you mentioned juggalo that you are one earlier. I still don't really get what a juggalo actually is, and like I never heard that term in Jersey. When I moved down here,
juggalo, you don't know. Hold
right?
up.
Like, so what
Let
exactly
me think for a second.
is
right?
it? I thought
He
it was like
gets
a
butt
Mexican
naked.
movement when I
Then he
first started
walks
hearing
down the
about it.
street, winking at freaks with the 2-liter stuck in his butt cheeks. I just told you what a juggalo, bro.
Well, yeah, that's from the song "What Is a Juggalo," but I can answer you like
go for it
straight up. Like a lot of it has to do with a lot of the kids that liked gothic stuff but liked rap more.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, instead of going to like, you know, goth club night or whatever, they would, you know, hang out outside of the mall and drink Faygo and paint each other's faces and like
ICP type stuff.
That were into like new metal, kind of like the alternative stuff, but they weren't welcome at the goth club. You know what I mean? They didn't want to wear the fucking tight ass pleather pants or anything. And they
so kind of like they were too white for like real true ghetto hip hop, but not white enough for heavy metal. Like
he's telling you.
I'm trying to absorb it.
So here's the thing. Now you just said white when it comes to juggalos. It's not white people culture. It is very multicultural. I will put that on everything. Very multicultural, so much so that even when ICP was coming up as the inner city posse, a lot of Latino gang members thought that it was made for them because of some of the shit like the forks up and shit like that. With the ringmaster, you know, forks up, forks down. I'm not making gang signs, but I'm just saying those are correlations that were made when they were coming up.
Yes,
But
we don't condone gang signs on this podcast.
Right. So basically, the long and short is that juggalos are kind of like the redheaded stepchild of underground hip hop. And one of the most innovative ways of marketing. Like you look at ICP, their accolades, they're insanely creative more than anything. And like they built an entire brand organically, selling,
they brought
their
like
music
guys
out
like
of their
Twisted
trunks
in.
in Detroit and going to other places, getting, record deals from all these major labels and like molding all these opportunities just to reinvest in their own record label. That's unheard of. Who else done some shit like that? Nobody. Because they had big brain thoughts and they thought they had small brain thoughts, right? The big brain is like, yeah, we're gonna take all their money and do our own shit. The small brain person would be like, yeah, I just signed to this record label. I fucking got this. My life is set. I'm gonna have all these millions of dollars. It's gonna be fucking dope, right? They took the money from those opportunities, multiple opportunities, by the way. They were on like Jive. They were on like a Disney label. You can imagine that. ICP, like Disney shit, like fucking Def Jam. Like they really took all that money and reinvested in their own shit. That's amazing when you think about it. Now, to cheapen it and say it's just some shit for white people or if it's just like some shit for like white trash ass people, it's not. That's the crazy part is there's like college educated people. There's people like me who are just like the weird guy at school that like I couldn't always afford like the fucking, $80 trip pants or like whatever. So it's like I'm out there in fucking like low budget Rockaware and shit. And I got my Twisted shirt. I got it Hot Topic, or maybe my friend stole it from me because I didn't like stealing things.
You guys know as well as I, any name that's making any kind of noise, it's anybody can demonize it, bro, and for no fucking reason with no proof and just whatever, and nowadays you got the fucking like I can take your face and fucking make you hanging out with fucking I don't even want to say it, just think it can be stupid, but I
if you took a shirtless picture at any time in your life and put it on the internet, somebody could take your entire shit and make you into like a porn star. They can make you into a criminal. They could do all kinds of nut shit, ruin your whole life in a fucking instant. People don't think about that, how advanced technology is. Like I see you with all your videos of Jake Paul and everything. You're putting your likeness out
Thank
there,
you, man. No, for the record, when I said too white for hood music, I wasn't saying it was for white people. I mean, like you're not ghetto enough to really live that style, so to speak. But then you're too ghetto or you're not quote unquote white enough for heavy metal, like to go.
He's not using white as a slur.
You're kind of stuck in the middle, right? And you're stuck in the middle, and you like both genres, so you get more of that vibe. It makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely more like it was definitely more like mall kid culture for sure. Like a lot of the people who were, if you had to go to the mall, and did you go to the mall a lot when you were younger?
I grew up in Jersey, bro. That's what we did. We loitered all night, baby, breaking the law.
If you went to the mall and you saw like the punk rock kids, you saw the emos, you saw the guys, you saw the preppies and stuff. Juggalos would kind of sit somewhere in between like the emos and the rap kids.
Right.
So it's like, but they were like they were like the fringe version of that. So it's like, we'd all congregate and fucking rap with each other and shit like that at like the fountain outside or whatever. We'd smoke cigarettes. We kind of just share experiences. And it's like, it's confusing because you think like, you take one look at us, we're the goth kids. You take another look, we're the emos. Take another look, we're the new metal kids. And then you take another one, it's like, we're just fucking weird. Like they're looking away. They're like, why are you here? What are you doing? Why is this hatchet man on you? What does this even fucking mean? Are you a criminal? Are you a gang member? Are you this, that, and the other? And it's like a lot of juggalos didn't help the case by spray painting the shit or like trying to make little clicks or whatever. And like, I kind of fell off of that shit because I saw it coming. I saw the writing on the wall. Some of my friends that were like in the underground actually ended up on an FBI watch list even before juggalos got declared a gang. So it's like, if you're promoting a lot of work, understand that people will take what you do and put their own spin on it, right?
Naturally. But I mean, to be fair, nobody's going to look at a group of 8 kids and it's 7 gang banging criminals and 1 good kid and be like, hey, that one good kid doesn't belong in the group, you're gonna get associated. I mean, it's understandable.
Right.
It's not right.
Guilt by
necessarily,
association,
but-
man.
Right.
Guilt by yeah.
Absolutely.
Real quick. I've got a quick category of different cliques at the mall. Now, if you could put juggalos into this clique, probably there's no juggalos in this clique per se, but from back in the mall, like say the late 90s, early 2000s, we'll say that this is what it would be like, okay? Because it was kind of like this at my mall, because my town's stupid.
The time the police
It's not
won't even come
stupid.
through.
It's not stupid.
Kinda
We
give
got
us
all
more.
sorts of sets up in here. We got the Beach Boys, the
Nah, movie.
ACCs, the abused children of celebrities, and this is my crew.
This shit.
That's my boy Mo.
All right, now which one would it be? The Beach Boys, the abused children of celebrity? I'm sorry, I just had. I was like, ooh, hold on.
It's actually got to be his crew, bro.
And what I
Absolutely.
find so funny about that movie is the whole game cast
Rad.
thing. Remember?
I said I
I
can't
don't have
afford it.
game. You either
Oh.
have GameCube or
You can't
Dreamcast.
afford
Gamecast.
Gamecast, motherfucker. I said I can't afford it. Oh man.
No, you know what's crazy is that's he's one of the Wayans kids. The Tech. I believe his name was Tech in the movie. He's actually one of the Wayans kids.
No shit.
Yeah. I was looking it up one day. He's
One of
never
the
done
Wayans
anything
brothers
else.
kids. That there you go. I
Sure,
think that's
part of the
Keenan's-
No, because I don't think it's Sean or
umbrella.
Marlon's kid.
I think it's
he's either
Keenan's son.
Damon. It's not. It might be Keenan's. But I think it's one of the other kids that are more behind the scenes because there's like
It's one of the
13 them or
degrees of
something.
Wayans.
Yeah, it's in that family tree, 1,000%. But
do, like,
that
the
dude
seven-
he
the
is
7
hilarious
degrees
in that
of
movie. man.
whatever to the Kevin Bacon.
At a
Oh, yeah, yeah.
action, I think you got
7
it.
degrees to Kevin Bacon or whatnot, where you can
You
link
know that
everybody.
Kevin
to-
Bacon's kid was in a punk rock band? That's crazy.
Really?
No shit.
It's
Yeah.
David Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
Foo
No,
Fighters.
I love Dave Grohl.
Nirvana.
My dad
Nirvana?
loved Dave Grohl too. Like he was the biggest Foo Fighters fan.
Bro.
Fucking-
They were dope. I liked them in the Mentos commercial back in the 90s.
I remember them from Varsity Blues.
Bro, what was that? Was that the one where like everybody's face we got all big like cartoon eyes and they're like or thumbs up and shit? Where the fuck? No. There was a Foo Fighters song, I'm pretty sure, or maybe that was Black Hole
I think it
Sun.
was
I don't
Learn
know.
to Fly where they did that at the end. Yeah, that's what they did. It was at the end of the Learn to Fly video. And they had like the flight attendant thing or whatever. And like
Yeah, with the flight attendants. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Now I remember.
All right.
I could be
all right.
completely wrong, but that's how my brain was going.
So here's the $1 million question for the night, real quick. Name me one store from the mall that you regularly visited that no longer exists. I know there's a ton, but like, what's
man.
one that you could recall like in your head?
Spencer's.
Spencer's. I
Suncoast
think
Video?
Spencer's is actually still around, believe it or not.
Ours closed.
Yeah. I used to work at Spencer's. I sold marital aids.
Spencer's
to
gifts.
old
I was gonna
ladies
say
and
they.
bachelor
There was such a
parties.
weird store. It was like you get your weird T-shirt, or you could get these cool little figurines, or you could get these sex toys, whatever you want, all right here in one shop. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's just random.
The fun dare was always, hey, get me a dildo or something. Like, can you steal a dildo from fucking Spencer?
Every time I went in there, I was just on the shot games. Like, yo, let's go play the shot game. With the different there was different handles, and the light would go by, and then everyone would hold a handle, and you got to press the button when the light stops, and anyone that didn't get it, it would fucking shock the shit out of you.
KB Toys, there you go.
Y'all found some
KB
interesting
Toys.
alternatives to drugs.
Yeah, no, look, hey, bro, I didn't even smoke weed like that until I was 22. Like, until I discovered it was the best medicine, and my mom couldn't tell me I was not going to do it anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I quit weed for I think I stopped smoking, drinking, taking prescription pills, and smoking weed all in the same year at one point when I was 19. I
Very
started when I was like 15, smoking, drinking, and smoking weed and shit.
I'm not clapping to that.
Are you clean? Are you clean? Are you still clean to this day, or have you like regressed or
No.
relapsed?
I started seeing a shrink like pre-pandemic, and I'm on like I'm on meds and supplements, and sometimes I take edibles every so often. I drink when I'm social, just a little anxiety cut, but Other than that, it's like,
I haven't had any alcohol since last July, man, and that's not because I'm like, hey, Ray, for me, I'm sober. I just don't want to drink, and anytime I even think about it, I'm like, I have a beer in my dresser drawer, and it's only there because it's the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite or some shit, and it's a cool can with the 50 on it. So I'm gonna keep it and keep it sealed, you know. So, but it's there.
It'll become a collector's item, and it'll be a family heirloom.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, definitely.
No.
This is my emotional support Miller Lite.
Sometimes I get it out and I look at it and I talk to it.
Can you do that? Can you do that with a beer, like how people do with a cigarette, where they carry a cigarette around in their pocket, and every time they get tempted, they take it out and they talk to it and like tell it it can't win? You carry a beer around the same way?
I could go to the bar with my buddies and shoot darts and drink Coca-Cola all night.
Wear like an old pair of
I can go to the sock hop and get a fucking malt.
No, you wear like a pair of Jenko jeans with those giant pockets back in the day, and just
corduroy ones.
I used to be able to fit 240s in that motherfucker.
You could probably fit more than 240s in them shits, bro. They was like down to your ankles and shit.
Oh man.
Oh dude, it was great. Like I could fit like either like 3 or 4 tall boys in the back, or like 2 big ass 40s. Bro, I did not.
Pair of Airwalk shoes. Come on now.
Oh yeah, I had Airwalks. They were dope. Best shoes for
I was
riding
more
my
of a
bike
Chuck
with.
guy myself, honestly. I still love Chucks.
I never liked Chucks. I always felt like they were like socks with soles. Like they were just weird.
Yeah, bro. I'm right there.
I love Docs and I love Chucks. Those are like my 2 go-tos, really.
I like Puma. Puma's good.
Doc Martens.
Like I don't like the Puma running shoe because like my feet are too wide and I walk on the side of my foot. So like the big Pumas that I got, they're dope. I got some oh my goodness, Levi Strata shoes, and I got some DCs.
Right. You know what I think? Now this might be controversial if any of you love New York or whatever, but I think Timberlands are the most useless fucking boots ever made.
Bro, Mike, can we mute him real quick, please?
What's your?
I don't know. I grew up on Timbs. I mean, I
don't think they're useless.
No, they are. All jokes aside, they're overhyped. I don't deny that.
They are overhyped,
but they are still dope.
If you're not doing like construction work, and there's even better boots for construction. Like,
but you're not wearing the construction ones. You're wearing the most basic one. They're not steel toe or hybrid wears. Like they're more just. Right. I mean, you don't even tie them up. If you wear them right, you don't even tie them up. They fucking flop over. They got like the tongue hanging out like it's Odie from Garfield and shit.
Mr. Smith.net
I have Timberland boots, but they're not comfortable. You have to put insoles in them. They've never been comfortable in a way where
I'll plead the fifth. I'll say this: I used to rock some lugs, and
I was just getting ready to bring
and they were heavy
up,
too. Lugs were so heavy on the sole because the soles were like so thick for no reason. So you used to trip on them shits. Like when you were rocking shoes all day and you switch to a pair of lugs and you forget like you got to step a little different because of how thick the soles are.
Yeah, right. You like take the lugs off and then you put your sneakers on. You raise your foot all fast, like shit.
Yeah, like you're like, damn. It's like you had like ankle weights on when you were rocking them.
High stepping for the march band now. Oh shit.
Join the color guard.
Mr. Smith.net said, I sold some of my Jenko clothes last year, made mad money for them, bro. Listen, them fucking vintage clothes are coming back, man. Yo, my lady got us a couple of vintage t-shirts. I got fucking the Ron Burgundy one. I got the old Bob Marley one from back in the day. It's absolutely, and I'm wearing them. I'm not keeping them, clean. They're supposed to be worn.
I can't.
But anyway,
if I'm
let's get into this song. It's 9:12, bro.
Okay.
We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. Let's get into this song so we can chit chat some more.
Actually, Mike, it's been an hour and 17 minutes because you started 2 minutes early.
Rub that shit on your chest, bro. This is Nintendo 86, not to be confused with Nintendo 64, which was my favorite 64-bit video game. Oh,
Virtual NES.
Yeah. Diddy Kong Racing, that was my shit. Here we go, guys.
Ocarina.
Don't make me feel special if that ain't our level. My heart ain't Nintendo. I don't wanna be friendos. Was there even a you and me the way you made made me feel, fed my energy with long nights, few fights, talking endlessly. Anytime with you is when I felt at ease, relaxing in my room while we shot the breeze. All the things we do would make a nun's eyes bleed. The way you got me in the mood and fulfilled my needs. I kinda miss you in my veins, Emily. Don't you come back soon, you make me feel weak like a sailor, no moon. Sail away now, please. I really hate that you ran away from me. The day I met you, my self-respect left me. She's my Princess Peach, cute as can be. Turns me on and off, she likes to play me. Powers me up like fire, rose petals. I'm a extra life, second place medal. I feel special when that ain't our level. My heart ain't Nintendo, I don't wanna be friendos. She likes to disappear, so I get sad. Second time still here, so I wrote you these tracks. Third time, no tears. You can kiss my ass, though I'm a sucker for pain. Baby, you knew that. You're a psycho, I'm insane, and that's why we matched. If I meet an early grave, I want you to know that. I hope that you're okay, finding reasons to laugh, listening to what I say, and the voices of trash. All this time away, and yeah, I'm still sad. You're still in my brain, that pain I won't mask. I hope you found your way and that I helped with that. If the game is what we play, the high score's unmatched. She's my Princess Peach, cute as can be. Turns me on and off, she likes to play me. Powers me up like fire, rose petals. I'm a extra life, second place medal. I feel special when that ain't our level. My heart ain't Nintendo, I don't wanna be friendos. Game over, you say you got a new friend. That's harder to face here on the deep end. Game over, you say you got a new friend. That's harder to face here on the deep end.
Yeah.
Okay.
That ad came in fast. I thought that was you singing for a second. I was like, damn, bro.
This song was like, yeah.
So at the end of the song, went soprano on us. Like, what happened?
Soprano.
Multi-talented right here, my guy.
Hey.
I like that.
So is 86 the year you were born? Is that where the 86 comes from?
Yeah, well, here I'll explain it a little bit more. So there's this band that I really like called Audio Karate, and they had a song called Nintendo 89. So that's, I kind of ripped a little bit of that song as like the last part of it. That game over, you say you got a new friend. That's harder to face here on the deep end. So I took that from Nintendo 89 because I fucking really love that song. That's like my jam, you know? Shout out to fucking Audio Karate, like really cool guys.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't like to call it ripping, like, because if it's something like that, man, like, definitely an inspiration. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely an inspiration.
Sure.
It's homage.
Yeah, homage. Yeah.
Yeah,
but, you know, it's
homage.
like, but yeah, I think, you know, when I was writing that song, it was actually about a couple of people that I was talking to who were kind of like treating me similarly, you know, and kind of how I perceived how I was being treated at that particular time. And it just sort of, it transpired into its own, it you know, had its own life. You know what I mean? Like when I put it all together, it all makes sense as one person. But it's mostly because I talk to a lot of similar people.
Right. You kind of box them together, so to speak.
What I got out of that song, if you don't mind, is like, I've been in like friendships and relationships where like you ever introduce two people that you were friends with that didn't know each other, and then almost immediately or after a while you watch them frolic off in the sunset and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
You got left behind.
That's what I got out of that song. Like I was like, oh, I've been here a bunch of times.
Yeah, and I find it, you know, people can assign any meaning they want to it, right? Whether it's relationships, friendships, or even some shit with like family members, you know, it's like you look at it by the way people treat each other, right? Sometimes people drift apart naturally. Sometimes it's like a sudden fuck you, you know, like whatever. Sometimes it's like the petty bonding thing where like you both hate the same person and you become best friends because of it, you know?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right. But I mean, I try to shy away from that third option because I find that, you know, if you look at it from the perspective of they could do me like that too, think about it in those terms. Like it's not always going to be the immediate bite that gets you. It could be the one, you know, 5 years down the road where you figure out that they're a piece of shit and they can do the same shit they did to the other person given the right circumstances.
That's the big head thinking, you know. It's like, I'm not mad. See you the fuck later, you know. You guys are all meant for each other.
Right.
Hey, it's because I don't do people like that, you know. That's why I definitely like that song though. I definitely like that.
Thank you.
I'm
man.
liking this whole album. I'm gonna have to check the rest of it out.
Thank you, man.
Definitely for sure. Well, I'm definitely subscribed now. If you guys aren't subscribed, Draco Has Fun, and then Draco Has Fun topic. That's the topic page with the music. Yeah, definitely dope. So what drives Draco? What drives you? We already know that like money doesn't drive you. So what drives you to do what you do?
Uber.
I like having fun, man. I like doing cool shit. You know, like everything that I've done in my life is because I've had an opportunity to do cool shit.
What makes it cool? What makes it cool to you? Like, what makes it worth going to do? You know what I mean?
Honestly, something different than what I'm used to. You know, something that I can sink my teeth into and like try that's new. You know, like I don't know. I like keeping a variety of things I can do in my time to like mix things up. Like if I keep doing the same shit, it's like hitting my head against the wall, you know? Like
I guess you get crazy. Yeah. So have you ever had an experience where you went to try something new or, you know, and you didn't, you know, it just wasn't for you? How did you feel? How did you react to it?
Oh yeah, plenty of times, man. I've been in so many of those like situations where I feel like I just wasted some fucking time on some shit. Like sometimes shit just ain't for you, bro. Sometimes people just aren't for you, right? Like, but if you don't put yourself out there to get squashed like a fucking bug every so often, it's like, are you even living? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can meet somebody at that place where you went and you got fucking just ate shit, right? You make that new friend, and that friend could become your best friend. Like straight up, like me and Steve, we've known each other since we were kids. I was out here in fucking face paint and a Twisted shirt at fucking underground punk shows and basements and shit. Just being a fucking weirdo, like looking at people, like just staring at folks, like drinking my 40s and fucking eating cheesesteaks from the corner store and fucking pork fried rice, not giving a fuck about nothing.
Pork fried rice.
Talking to myself, you know, and there comes Steve out of nowhere and we become best fucking friends. It's like, you don't know. You don't know where you're gonna meet your people. So you've gotta find your people, bro. Especially because it wasn't really the internet back then. You know what I mean?
It's like Red and Meth, bro. They were there to take a college test. One had weed, no papers. One had papers, no weed. Bam, history.
Well, he had weed to begin with, but he turned the defrosters on and it blew it everywhere. So where does your influence for your music come from? Is it like through life experiences? Is it, okay,
life experiences, shared experiences. Sometimes stuff people will tell me about and I'll kind of internalize it as like an interesting story that I heard, you know. Okay. And then also, the entertainment that I consume sometimes, like movies and like I love movies. Movies are like my shit, man. Like I have a ridiculous amount.
You and Cap are gonna get along fantastic.
Every time somebody says something, it's either a movie quote that pops in my head, a song lyric that pops in my head. One of those two typically. Whenever like everything that gets said, I'm like, oh, this triggered this thought or this triggers that thought.
Right. Somebody can say something to me and I'll finish it with like a lyric or like a quote or something. And they'll be like, where the fuck did that come from? I'm like, you haven't seen X, Y,
don't worry about it. It's from Half Faith.
I'm like, well, fuck you then.
Sometimes I'll just spit one out, and sometimes it's even ones that aren't as commonly used, just to see if they can name the movie. Cap's got me with a bunch of them because I don't watch movies like that anymore. But You know what I do watch? You ever get on YouTube and watch, like, it's a shorter version of the film, but they're like explaining it, you know? Yeah, they're like explaining the film. I'm like, this is fucking better than watching the movie.
See, that's the shit that I used to do when I was a kid. I would take these abridged books, right? I would take, like, you know, fucking Edgar Allan Poe stories, fucking Frankenstein, Dracula, the Red Badge of Courage or whatever, and I turned them into 3-page books. It wasn't even
Edgar Allan Poe wasn't even that hard sometimes because some of his books were like 5 pages to begin with.
Right. So, you know, 3-page Frankenstein, 3-page Dracula. Like I was trying. So
you were basically doing book reports without doing book reports. And what's crazy is like if your teacher assigned you to do that shit, you'd be like, oh, fuck this. I don't want to do this stupid shit. But on your own, you'd be like, hey, this is fun. It's crazy how it works, right? Like, I don't want to be told to do it. No, fuck that.
Right. And I mean, I've always loved, I don't like reading as much as I like writing. I've noticed that. Like, I have an insane book collection, but it's mostly to explain to other people why I like the stuff I like. Because I'll pick through it and be like, I agree with this, and this, and fuck that. That's stupid. And then, like, just kind of keep moving. Like, the only book that really caught me was Clockwork Orange. I love that book so much. Because you had to learn a whole language just to read it, you know?
Stanley Kubrick? No. Ooh.
It was,
I think Kubrick did the movie.
He did the movie.
Kubrick shot the moon landing.
Oh, here we go.
So,
I mean, it's in the Epstein files.
Yeah,
we landed on the moon.
We'll find the Mike B tinfoil fitted cap. You know.
Hey, bro.
He doesn't do tinfoil. He does the armadillo.
Hey, listen, I was telling folks like 15 years ago about Russia and the whole Iran and all that and what was getting ready to happen. And like, I literally have people like, yo, bro, you sounded crazy back then. You don't sound crazy now. I'm like, just read the book of Revelations, bro. They're acting it out.
That's all perception, bro.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing, right?
I'm still living my life because there's nothing I can do about it, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it.
That's the funny part of this life, man, you know? The way things shift, public opinion, it changes everything, right?
Yeah.
The shit that sounded crazy yesterday sounds like, oh, wow, they're really saying some shit. And the next day, you're like, these motherfuckers are weird, you know? Like, you find some shit you don't like about them again, and you're like, well, fuck these people.
Well, think about this. Think about this, right? Like, let's get deep for a moment. If we think about the Epstein files, a lot of that shit is unfathomable, unexpected. Like, maybe not the certain details of it, you know, but like the way that it was done, where it was executed, how it was executed, all the elements, all the people involved. It was like you couldn't have fathomed that before the report came out, say, right? So just think about the shit we don't know about, that we can't even imagine exists right now until it becomes exposed in reality. And that's what scares me, and that's why I don't bother dealing with it, because I'm like, anything they let me know is just 1% of what's really out there, right? You know, it's like they say, true knowledge is knowing that you know nothing.
Yeah.
And that's how I do.
Here's my take, all right? Since I grew up around a lot of different kinds of people, right? I grew up around, you know, regular everyday people, middle class, rich, fucking straight up poor, like desolate, fucking living damn near check to check, below poverty line, right?
Mm-hmm.
People who will still panhandle till they're fucking dead, even though that they've got a decent house now, you know? There's all kinds of different people that I've rubbed elbows with, but the one consistent thing that I can say is that as you get richer, you get more opportunities to do things that the poor people want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when poor people become rich, it's like they get all the fucking toys that they wanted when they were kids. They get all the cool shit that they ever wanted. And it's just like, I think the French call it like nouveau riche or something, you know, new rich people, you know? But the people that you're never going to meet, that you won't even know that you're next to, that'll probably never meet you either, are the wealthy people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that nobody even casts suspicion on. They're like, you know, nobody ever says, fuck the wealthy. It ain't healthy. There's no slogans for wealthy people. You know why that is?
Yeah, there is.
Money. You're a dummy.
There's no, there's
the rich get richer, right? And the poor get poorer.
But they never throw the wealthy in there, right? The wealthy is the invisible hand that grasps it all. They're the ones with all the money, all the power, all the connections. Those are the people that I think get typecasted as rich when people say eat the rich, right? But like, say your homie just fucking blows up overnight, becomes a millionaire, newly rich, showing off all of his fucking gadgets and shit.
They probably
throwing
won't.
money at strippers like it's nothing, you know? Do you still say eat that motherfucker?
There's a difference.
You say congratulations, you made it, bro. You got this. Can I borrow like $100,000?
Let me hold something. Let me hold something.
Right. You don't say that, bro, and that's the.
I'm just gonna be I would, and today, right now, I'd be like, bro, good fucking job, because there's no other way you could have done it without hard work and talent.
No, Mike.
Diddy's in jail.
Mike, you missed it. You missed it. He's not saying you wouldn't be happy for that person. He's saying when you say shit like "I hate those people," you wouldn't associate him with those people. You wouldn't. When you're saying like "fuck the rich," you wouldn't include him as rich, even though he now has become rich.
Well, and I guess like I used to be like fuck the police and blah blah. Like, I'm not that dude. I'm not anti-police. I expect good policing. That's where I'm at. If that's your
I
job.
know some cool ass fucking law enforcement people. Again, I'm not putting people's business on Front Street because it's it's a hard job regardless of whatever.
But that's everything, right? There's good people. There's bad people. With everything, there's white people and there's white trash. There's black people in the word I can't say. There's Spanish people in the word I can't say. There's Jewish people. There's all with everything. There's good and bad people in everything. There's some people that toe the line and go back and forth, and there's some people that live one way or the other way.
The first murder happened within a couple of years of humans being here, right? Like, Cain killed his brother allegedly. Okay, so at that point. That's why I use the word. Yeah,
but
that we know. So we killed a third of civilization at that point. You know what I mean?
If we're talking about, are we talking human years or biblical years?
I'm just speaking in general.
We don't know what biblical years actually
because
were.
Biblical years meaning the earth was made in what was it, 7 days, something like that?
The seventh day he rested, so 6 days, I guess.
Right, so 6 days, right? So when you're in God time, right? You're thinking thousands of years. It's not literally a day. Nobody literally makes an entire thing in a day, right?
Right.
So it's thousands of years. So a day of Cain and Abel could have been a whole adulthood.
Yeah, well, a couple of hundred.
For starters, there were
this motherfucker no more.
There were other people out there, like for what it's worth. Because if not, I mean, Adam, Eve have 3 boys. Seth, Cain, Abel. We're still here today. Something had to happen in the middle there that either was very anti-religious or
there was other civilizations out there
outside
of the garden. You're right.
But if you think about it,
deep and controversial with it, but I will say at the end of the day, biblical time is recorded as a linear thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's everything is in front of you because it's recorded, right? Hundreds and hundreds of years of history, thousands of years of history, right?
Mind you, translated multiple times over the years as well. Right. But go ahead.
Diluted, translated, retranslated, reimagined.
The Ethiopian Bible, though. Bible, though. That's what I've been on here lately.
Them Dead Sea Scrolls?
No. The Bible that the people in Ethiopia said, this is the Bible, not a Bible. This is the Bible.
So no Council of Nicene got together and depicted which books can and cannot be included?
Nope, it has Enoch in it, all that.
No Septuagint, no Apocrypha.
Gospel of Thomas, all that.
Yeah.
Doubting Thomas?
What I find the most interesting about it is, people always say this is the word of God. This is the word of X, Y, and Z. And it's like, it's the word of the guy that you believe, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's the word written in the most convenient way that fits how you want to live, right? It's Absolutely. Just like how I used to write stories, right? I take the things I like and I put it on 3 pages, right? You've got 3 pages of space to figure that shit out, right? Mm-hmm. You've got 3 pages of knowledge to put into your brain, right? At any given time, you're dissecting something in front of you and you are internalizing it, right? You are relating that thing to how you want to live your life.
It's 3 pages, front and back, size 1 font, but it's 3 pages. It's 3 pages.
Right. Exactly. But I'm saying, like, you take these things, right? And you hold it up next to yourself and you say, I relate to this. I can do a little bit better at this, right?
I mean, that's why there's so many different religious branches, because this sect decided that this scripture was the most important scripture, and we're going to base what we follow and believe around this part. And this sect believes this is more important, and this is what we're going to base around. And this prophet was the one that we want to emphasize. And this book, book of Matthew, or Mark the Evangelist, whatever it is the one that we're going to focus our scripture or our scholar on.
I would say Jake Smith or Mr. Net Smith, Mr. Smith.net does bring it. He's like, God's time is different, So like one day here could have been 1,000 years in his time.
Well, what did he say?
God can't be confined
I know
by
Enoch
time,
was technically
outside
taken
of
to heaven.
time and matter.
Right, but if you read the Bible, guys were like 900 something years old when they passed. Obviously they didn't live as long. So was a year actually a month? Was a year actually
years of each other's shit? 400 years of ball busting, and he wakes up one day. He's like, you know what? I don't fucking like you anymore, bro. Let's fucking square up, bro. Fucking, bam. One wrong hit or a fucking stab or whatever.
But if you think about it,
right?
Like,
sickle.
If they're claiming that those were the only 4 people at that time, because Seth isn't mentioned, like, but if they're saying like that's the only 4 people, that makes that makes Eden at nighttime more dangerous than downtown LA, because he killed a third of the population of the world at that point.
I heard this. It's like the Purge.
I heard this earlier on. No, just by killing his brother, that was a third of the population.
See, you want to know something funny real quick?
Proportional.
There's a Jewish practice called Midrash, right? It's where a lot of rabbis gather together and do what we're doing right now. They talk about the scripture. They talk about their perception of it. They talk about other books that were taken out of, the Torah, the Bible, and all these other things, and they discuss whether it should be re-included, if it should be, acknowledged as a true thing, or if it's all mysticism, right? Mm-hmm. So what we're doing essentially right now is Midrash. We're talking about different biblical translations, different biblical ideas, and arranging it in a way that makes sense to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of making it funny, but I know there's a God,
right?
I know that once we are done with the vessels, our energy goes elsewhere. Like, at least that's what I've experienced, and I don't want to I don't care if I sound crazy to anybody else. I don't know God's name. I don't. But when I feel the energy, when I see God, I'll know.
Well, remember that song, What If God Was One of Us, right?
Yeah.
Just a slot.
What if God was one of us, just a stranger on the bus, right? I always add, I
Sarah
just
McLachlan?
not the one jerking off,
Or the one that's like, hey,
you gotta look at God.
Let me get a dollar. Let me get a dollar. Let me get a dollar.
I don't know.
But no, I mean, it's now what in the Torah is. It's the first 5, right? The Pentateuch, and then it's Psalms and certain Psalms and Proverbs. Is there any other books included? It's just Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Genesis, Exodus, and Numbers, and then Psalms and Proverbs.
I'm not.
Or do they have any added?
But like
gotcha.
For me. But what's interesting is there's different schools of thought, like I was saying, like the people who
because there's different sects, right,
and like the Kabbalah.
Like here's one that makes no sense to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Right,
Jews for Jesus. Yeah. How is that a thing?
Oh, don't get me started on the messianics, my boy.
I mean, how is Jews for Jesus? Like, I'm not trying to insult them in any way, shape, or form, but it's like if you're a Jew for Jesus, and just say you're a damn Christian. Like, why are you still trying to hold on to the Jewish side? I don't get it.
Here's my personal opinion on this. Okay, this is my personal opinion. I'm not speaking for every single Jew on the planet or anything like that, and I'm not trying to talk shit about Christians when I say this. Okay, I will preface it with that. I love my Christians. I love my Jews. I love my Muslims. I love everybody in between that are my people. Right. I love my people, 100%. But Messianic
those
Jews,
damn Buddhists,
the Jews for Jesus, in my opinion, are more like biblical scholars that have taken a very, very strong interest in Judaism, but they come from a Christian lens. They're observing Judaism through the lens of a Christian and saying this validates everything in my book because it's from your book. I like your book more. So I'm gonna.
See, I would have took it. I took it more as the other way of it, though. I took it more as like Judists or Judaists, however it would be technically called, or Jewish people, Hebrews, who have discovered that maybe Jesus actually was the Son of God and have accepted him as such, but they're still practicing the Jewish faith, since Jesus obviously was Jewish, walking the earth, and didn't do any of the rest of the stuff that Saul talked about in the Bible, in the New Testament, and still following the original Mosaic law, I guess, for lack of a better term.
See, my personal opinion of how I was raised is that the Messiah was not named for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That when you give the Messiah a name, you are defeating its purpose. That you are cheapening the prospect of, this is our Savior, right? The Savior is a momentary job, right? Anybody who's like, stoic and strong and leading you towards something can also go off the rails. Look at the Epstein files, right? A lot of these people are considered world leaders. They're considered, stoic, strong human beings that would put themselves below other people just to carry the weight of the world's problems, right?
Right.
People that you would entrust with really crazy high-level things, high-level secrets, things that would fucking cripple your entire reality, right?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Well, I feel like today, I don't call. Sorry. Sorry.
But when you pick it apart in those terms, it's like giving it one name. I feel like is disrespectful, right? If you only give one name to a Messiah, you are saying only one person can save. In my opinion, I find that disrespectful.
Well, it's like the concept, and I know Mike, you had something to say. My bad, but it's kind of directly related to this. It's like the concept of when like people do good deeds for the sake of saying or showing that they did the good deed. It's like when you help somebody and you give him food, right? Like he's homeless, he needs $1, you give him $1. There's people who film it or brag about it or act like they just friggin' cured cancer, and they do it for all the wrong reasons. And it's like you were better off not. In my opinion, you're better off giving them nothing. If you did it altruistically, I'm for that. But if you did it for the attention or the quote unquote benefit that comes from it, like think what this would do for our image or our PR or whatever you want to term it.
Right.
Like to me, you're no better than anybody. Move in silence. And in the Messiah's sake, if you come out and you say you're the Messiah and you do it in a way that's like looking for the attention with it, then are you? Because if you truly were there to do it, it would just be natural. It would just come. It wouldn't be like something you have to quote unquote speak into existence. It would just naturally flow.
Imagine how hard it would be to be, Jesus, right? In this day,
to pull it off
as it was back in the day, right? Imagine that shit right now with everything in social media, having to appeal to a wider audience. You couldn't do it.
No.
There's no way to do it without it being corrupted.
They said that Jesus had a temper too, man. Like what happened when he walked in the churches and saw them selling things for profit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. He was and I look at it as if I was God, how would I save the things that I created? I'd have to come down here just like them and go through all this shit and just keep telling you, no, look, that's because that's what I would do if I was God. That's how, we're really.
That's the crazy part. That's the ego in us.
Yeah.
That's the ego in us saying that we know better than somebody else. We know what you need. We know how to save you. We know what's right for the rest of the world.
I'm just,
sorry, go ahead.
If I don't call myself a Christian. I've been baptized a few times, but I don't call myself a Christian because I can't find anywhere in any of those
if
books
you've been baptized a couple times, you're just a drowning enthusiast, my friend.
No.
We can start over again tomorrow.
No, I've been baptized 3 times in my life. Once when I was a child and 2 times as an adult. And it's each time I felt, I'm not saying that the more you do it, you know what I mean? Because you're not judged by your deeds. I feel like you're judged more by what happens behind closed doors. But I never saw anywhere where Jesus said, if you believe that I came here and did this, that makes you a Christian. So I acknowledge that there is a God.
It's not the faith in the guy, it's the faith in the teachings. I think that makes the difference.
It's what he represented more than
teaching for followers, bro. Like from what I get out of it, like he was teaching you that look, the fucking Christ and hell are inside of you. They are. Like I said, we're gonna be, our energy's going somewhere once we're done here.
And see, and that ties back to what gives me a lot of skepticism with everything is they say this is the devil's world. Like God gave it to the devil and said, do what you can with it until we come back, so to speak. Right? I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but the concept of like, go ahead, like the Book of Job, like go ahead, do everything you want to them, and let's see if they keep their faith in me or if they turn to you, if you can make them succumb, so to speak. And who's to say that the people that are good are not minions of the devil or whatever you want to call them, just tricking us. And we don't know what God is or what God is supposed to be. Like, in my opinion, I think God is an alien. No, not a green person with little weird ears and things of that nature, but something from a higher space. There's multiple drawings in multiple cultures that could not communicate with each other, that show people coming down and visiting, things like that. There's different things in different parts of the world that, like, even just the way religion has traveled, and even the stories of God, of a child, whether it's mythological, whether it's different religious, clubs and sects, whether it's just everything. Like there's always a son that always had to perform. Like even Hercules, it literally could be the form of Jesus in Greek mythologies, or Heracles, because Hercules would be Roman, but the same concept.
Mythology. Yeah,
there's Horus, like there's always like, like mythology, for example. There's always, like, take the Greeks, because that's typically the most well known. Well, you do have all these different gods and all these different things, but one of them was above everything else. So who's to say those demigods or those other gods weren't just basically what angels are referred to for us? You have Michael, the archangel that protects the devil from coming. Well, that would be like Ares, the god of war, who fought off other demons and things like that. So there's so many different similarities. Gabriel, the messenger angel. You had Hermes, who came and visited, or Apollo rather, who delivered messages to the people. Like there's all these different things, and then the more you look at it, the more you realize how similar they are, not how different. But we want to focus on the differences to separate us. Why? I don't know. It's just a human thing.
It's just like Babel. Like in the Tower of Babel, we were all one race, one language, and then we were convinced that we could find our own way to heaven. And then God dispersed mankind to the four corners of the earth, mixed up our languages, and now we got to find a way to come back together, I guess.
It's like the difference between talent and skill, right? Mm-hmm. You're born with a talent, right? Something you're incredibly good at, right? And you can hyper focus on it and make it into an amazing thing, right? You can fine tune talent, right? But a skill is something you have to focus on. You have to put all of the emphasis in what you're doing and look at it and say, this is what I want to do. I want to do this really, really bad. You're kind of fighting your talent a little bit here and there, but you're making something new. A skill is something that you see and aspire to. A talent is something you're born with and maybe sometimes take for granted,
A birthright. Right.
So like some people, they're very talented as an actor, but it's like nobody's looking at them, so they have to learn another skill, like woodworking, or like fucking Vanilla Ice builds houses and shit, bro. Like
he also robs houses, apparently.
Oh, does
right.
Yeah, he got. You didn't hear?
Sorry, Vanilla Ice. We love you, bro.
There was he had his own show where he was doing like renovations and whatnot, and then it got canceled, and he got arrested because his crew and him, they robbed one of the houses they were fixing up or something along those lines. Shit. Obviously paraphrasing, but that's how he disappeared again. Yeah. Now, no, honestly, are those pages front and back when you write them, or just one sided?
Right. Exactly. That's how it goes.
Depends on the story.
Let's get into this last track, gentlemen. We're kind of pressed. Well, we're not pressed for that time, but us three can kick it backstage after the show.
Yes,
if you guys got time.
Sorry, Mr. Smith. Mike B doesn't want you here to hear this.
It's okay. It's okay.
We can kick it.
Without further ado, this is Chasing a Bag.
Every penny to the last. My friends grew up fast, and some of them passed. You gave it everything you had, every penny to the last. My friends grew up fast, always chasing a bag. Tore my heart in half to see all of that. Mental struggles, broke ass hustles, always chasing the bag. And I don't fuck with drugs, but for y'all I feel bad. The way it fucks you up, always chasing the bag. Seeing the ones I love, always wearing a mask. Breaking each other's trust to get highs that last. Some friends dealt drugs, some friends they grasped, copping another taste, or they're setting the trap. You gave it everything you had, every penny to the last. My friends grew up fast, and some of them passed. You gave it everything you had, every penny to the last. My friends grew up fast, always chasing the bag, chasing the bags. Had you coming up short, Jimmy had it real bad, craving things to snort, sick made injected, till she couldn't no more. When Gino OD'd, it hurt our scene to the core, but people still believe it can't happen to you. Doesn't matter your talent, when you're out making moves, chasing the bag can put you in bags too. Getting numb, you think it's fun till your body turns blue. You gave it everything you had, every penny to the last. My friends grew up fast, and some of them passed. You gave it everything you had, every penny to the last. My friends grew up fast, always chasing the bag.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Dope.
Oh,
I definitely hear the alternative, like energy in your music. You know, especially with the acoustic guitar is very strong and all that. But even just the vibe, the energy of it, like you definitely do fall in that box. Like it sounds good.
Thank you.
I like it.
I felt the connection. Like it's the third song, bro. Like I've had a lot of people growing up. Like you ever have someone you grew up with when you was younger, and like you try and tell them like, yo, bro, we don't. Like, I was the guy like, yo, I don't think we should go do this, guys. You know, and
I was that guy too. And then like I'd stay home, and one of my friends would get into some shit. They get arrested, they get killed.
I'd usually go along.
I was a dude that was saying, "You won't do that shit. You won't do that shit. Go do it right now. Go ahead, show me."
But you think like that song had me reminiscent on a couple of people where I'm like, man, I wonder if you guys like. Not that I always make the best decisions, but I'm always like, I wonder if you guys would have been with me that day if it would have happened like that. You know.
The answer is it would have happened on the way home.
I do believe this in like going
hold
off.
Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt you, but Mr. Smith.net said nice jams.
Hey.
Thank you, bro. I really